Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Now ladies and gentlemen, the United Opposition has pulled a fast one on President William Ruto's UDA party. This is after an announcement which was made by DCP's deputy party leader Cleophas Malala after they held a lengthy meeting between DCP candidate and DAP-Kenya's candidate together with other political party leaders, where they announced that they were going to withdraw the candidature of DCP candidate, that is Edgar Busiega.
Chama cha DAP-K, chama cha Wiper, chama cha VLP na chama cha DCP na chama cha DP tuko katika muungano ambao unaitwa United Opposition. Na the United Opposition agenda yake ya kwanza ni kuhakikisha William Ruto ametoka mamlakani. Na katika hizi by elections zetu zote tumekubaliana na viongozi wetu wote wamekubali ndogo kama ya ubunge tunapigana wenyewe kwa wenyewe. Ndiposa tumekaa chini baada ya siku mingi. Ndugu zetu hawa wote wanataka msichana mmoja. Lakini tumesema kwamba wote hawawezi kuwa wabunge. Tukakaa chini, tukaangalia, tukakubaliana kwamba tutachagua mmoja wao apeperushe bendera ya United Opposition katika by elections. Na baada ya kukaa chini tuliona kwamba ndugu yangu Panyako, tumefanya ile scientific research, tukapata kwamba ndugu yetu Panyako ako juu kidogo, na vile vile Edgar pia alikuwa amejikakamua. Lakini tukipiga hesabu kwamba Edgar akifika kwa debe na Panyako afike kwa debe, sisi wote tutapoteza. So Edgar kwa hekima yake anajua umuhimu wa the United Opposition. Tukakaa chini, tukaongeleshana, tukakubaliana kwamba sisi sote tuende tusimame nyuma ya Seth Panyako. Jambo la pili, vile vile tulikaa chini kama chama, tukasema hatutaki tupoteze kwamba huyu Edgar pia ni kijana, anataka pia yeye aongoze siku moja, na itakuwa vibaya sana kama sisi ndio tutamkataza kusimama kura na labda bahati yake ilikuwa imefika. Niliongea na Edgar, akaniambia yeye alikuwa na tamani sana kurepresent watu wa Kabarasi katika bunge ya kitaifa. Tumekaa chini na party leader wangu Mheshimiwa Gachagua, tumekubaliana, na ningependa kutangaza leo ndio wale mashabiki wa Edgar na wakazi wa Kabarasi wajue yale tumekubaliana na Edgar. Tumekubaliana kwamba katika the nomination list ya National Assembly ya chama cha DCP, Edgar Mwanga Busiega is number 1 on that list to be nominated in 2027 as the first member of parliament of DCP. On Monday, principals wetu wote wameita mkutano mkubwa ku unveil our candidates wetu on a national platform. So wakitoka hapa tutaenda tukutane na party leaders wetu wote. Wameweza ongeleshana, wameongea na party leaders hata sasa hivi na tuko pamoja. So
now ladies and gentlemen, that withdrawal by the DCP candidate is sending a very, very positive message to the United Opposition supporters, because they are telling them that we are willing to sacrifice our individual interest for the greater good of the United Opposition. And I think this is not the first time that this is happening, because the impact of this announcement is that it narrows down the contests for that parliamentary seat to two gentlemen. That is the Seth Panyako's DAP Kenya and UDA. So the electorates have only two people to choose from. And looking at the bigger picture, it is the united opposition versus President William Ruto. So if they choose the united opposition's candidate, it means they are somehow dissatisfied with President William Ruto's UDA, and it will be a boost and a vote of confidence on the united opposition. So they can pick it up from there and escalate this unity in such a way that any other by-election that will be done, then they can replicate whatever has been done in Malava constituency in other areas. And heading into 2027 general election, that will be a boost in their confidence. But if President William Ruto wins or manages to win, then somehow President William Ruto will take advantage of that to also field other candidates in Western Kenya. And it will be a big blow to the united opposition and other political parties like ODM, Ford Kenya in that region. Because now President William Ruto will have the confidence, he will know that he can win seats in Western Kenya. As it stands right now, President William Ruto's UDA party is struggling across the country. I don't think if it will win seats in Central Kenya, in Nyanza, Nairobi. The only place that I think they are assured of is maybe some areas of Rift Valley. And that is why people have been talking about President William Ruto vying on an ODM ticket, because UDA as it stands right now doesn't have that countrywide support. But if he manages to win that seat, then somehow he will have the confidence of now trying his luck in other areas. Whoever loses that seat will have to go back to the drawing board. Take for example, if the united opposition loses that seat after supporting Seth Panyako, they'll have to go to the drawing board and see and look at the loopholes and what they need to tighten heading into 2027 general election. Because in this case, they have fielded their strongest candidate. And if the strongest candidate loses to UDA, then it means even going to 2027, the kind of formula that they were trying to formulate here, they might find it not working. And they'll have to craft another strategy that can help them win in 2027, because they need numbers against President William Ruto, and they also need to lock out President William Ruto out of Western Kenya. But if President William Ruto loses as well, he will also have to look at a different strategy that can work for him if he will either withdraw from fielding candidates in Western Kenya and maybe support ODM or any other strong party within that region like Ford Kenya. And that will also inform his strategy going forward. Because just as you've heard from what he has said during his campaigns in that area, he's talked confidently of winning against the united opposition, and he said that the only person that he feared going into 2027 general election was the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. But with the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga not in the picture, then he knows that he can easily win against the united opposition. But if he loses that seat, which is a litmus paper for him and his UDA party going forward, then it means he'll have to go back to the drawing board and craft a strategy that can work for him. Because I know he has a campaign team that includes the likes of Mudavadi, the likes of Wetangula are camping there. He has also campaigned there. The likes of Oparanya. So either way, whichever party wins, be it the united opposition or UDA, all of them will have to go back to the drawing board. And it will also inform the kind of strategy and the kind of deployment all the two parties will have to come up with ahead of 2027 general election. But it is a show of goodwill by the united opposition that they can come together, they can sacrifice their personal ambitions in order to achieve the greater good of their unity. And I hope they can escalate that. If they win, I hope they can escalate that heading into 2027 general election, even on the presidential nomination, because it is going to be a give or take. So far as we know it right now, Matiang'i is also now in the picture. We'll have Kalonzo Musyoka, we'll have Matiang'i, we'll have all these presidential candidates. If they manage to sacrifice their personal ambitions and field one candidate against President William Ruto, then their chances of making it in 2027 is will be higher. But if they lose, then it's going to be game shot for them. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep monitoring what's going on in the political scene, and we'll keep you guys posted whenever we have any info. And if you like our content, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Until next time, bye bye.